show. And my guest today is Whitney Thore, and she's going to talk about My Big, Fat, Fabulous Life. How are you, Whitney? Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for having me. I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing fantastic.
Good.
So, kind of let's just jump right into specifically enough, though, the 10th season.
It's the
And
12th.
it's you can't believe it, right?
No, it's actually the 12th season.
Okay.
You might have gotten some I don't know, wrong information because my last interviewer said that as well. Yeah, it's the 12th season and it's pretty wild. I definitely never expected to still be on television this long.
So, kind of take us back for people who've never watched the show, because definitely my listeners and viewers, some people might have not. The whole story of how it started for you.
About 10 years ago, I was living in Greensboro, North Carolina, where I still am, and I was working as a radio personality on a morning show. And I uploaded a dance video called A Fat Girl Dancing, and it went viral. I ended up going all over the country to do a lot of talk shows like Good Morning America, The Today Show, Steve Harvey, all that kind of stuff. And someone from TLC was watching, and they sent me an email that went to my spam email, actually. And it said, do you want to maybe collaborate on something? And here we are 10 years and 12 seasons later.
Wow, and you've gone through so many different things. What do you think are the biggest highlights of the show
Well,
for
I
you?
would say my family. My mother, she passed in December of 2022. So we did have her funeral and everything on that season. But for me, the highlight of the entire show was my mother. She's, to me, was the star of the show, and I love being able to share the people that I love with the rest of the world and help other people feel like they're with their own families. And I hear all the time that it's people's favorite show to watch with their mother or father, or with their friends or something like that. And so it just makes me happy to know that it's a comfort to people.
So, the like when it first started, how difficult was it to be filmed and your whole life being like documented in certain ways with the show?
I'm going to be honest with you. I thought it was really easy. All my friends and myself, we all have theater degrees. We've been performing our whole lives. So it actually was not uncomfortable for me. Like, I was already in radio at the time, and it didn't feel that strange. I kind of was like, yeah, okay, this is what we're doing now. It's easy. So I mean, it's not easy in terms of the things that come along with the job, like people's opinions and the internet, and stalkers, legit
Okay.
stalkers,
Oh, so
things
that
like that.
happens. So once you become that kind of celebrity, the
Absolutely.
stalkers, oh dear, what? How do you deal with that?
It's really hard. I don't really deal with it, to be honest. Actually, in the beginning of this season, in the premiere episode, we saw like my house getting egged. And that's actually not the worst thing that's ever happened to me. I've had bricks thrown through my car window. I've had the cops show up in the middle of the night and say that they got word someone was trying to kill me. I have a lot of people in the prison system who, I guess the show is really popular in the prison, so I get a lot of I would say stalkerish behavior from that. People show up to my house all the time. Like, all that is really difficult, and I hate it. But actually, filming the process of filming the show and what it means to people is really great. I couldn't ask for a better job in
But
that
the
respect.
other stuff, dear goodness,
Yeah, the
goodness
other stuff sucks.
gracious. So, and it's like the more and more with how social media keeps blowing up, right?
Mhm.
And how
Yes.
people can find you in specific ways and different things.
Yeah.
What of your like of people who love the show versus the haters? Let's kind of go why. The people who love the show, what do you think the
Oh,
reasons are?
well, I think people love me and hate me for the same reason. Obviously, reality TV is kind of a caricature of yourself. I mean, it's very exaggerated. It's very edited. There's only a little minute like snippet of your life, and it's not the most 3D representation of who you really are as a human being, right? So I think the people that love me see those qualities, and those qualities might inspire them. That it might mirror back to them, things that they want to be, or how they want to be in their lives. And then I think the people who hate me, probably it's the same thing. Everything is a mirror, right? For yourself. So either people are seeing those qualities that they want, or they're seeing those qualities they may be jealous of. They may just find me annoying. I mean, I find my own self annoying, when I watch TV. Yeah, I'm like, oh God, like she's, because it's not me in totality, right? It's me on TV. So I do think that there is a large portion of people who hate me and in a very scary way because I'm fat. And because they see a fat person being humanized and having a real life and being confident and having people who love her. And I think a lot of people take issue with that, especially if they themselves don't have those things, even though they're not fat. A lot of people are really resentful of that. Who is she to have this family? Who is she to have these friends? Who is she to have this confidence? So I definitely run into that too. Um, but television's just a mirror for people to project whatever they want to
Yeah,
onto
and what
it.
do you think? And do you read all the social media comments because you're so
No,
viral? You don't.
no, no. I mean, I go on my own social media a little bit, but other than that, no. I would never. I would want to kill myself, and I have been suicidal actually in the
Oh
past over this. So
no.
yeah, so I would never. I
Right.
mean,
So
if
so everybody that wants to do a reality show, they better think about it first.
well, and make sure you have a good lawyer and a good contract, and at least you're making a lot of money. Yeah.
And then I'm not gonna be able to follow up with that question. So you're at least you should create a course how
Yeah.
to get the best reality TV contract possible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing I see in today's, and of course, I've been at this for a decade. So the internet was different 10 years ago. I mean, everything was different. But I see a lot of people thinking that being on reality TV is like the pinnacle of something, or that it really, I'm just kind of
And
like, what does it mean? Like,
no,
what is
no,
this? Or even
especially
being
television doesn't mean anything anymore. Before
no, and
it did.
even being internet famous, like that was different 10 years ago, right? So
Yeah,
now you see people, but I'm like, to what end? Like what if you're not getting money, if you're not
right.
making a good living, like
100%.
what is it? Like what it because I am a
Why do you
person,
want that clout
yeah.
thing? Why
Because
do you
I'm a
want
like
that? Yeah,
people
go
would
ahead.
probably like my haters would disagree, but like I don't need attention. I don't need
Right.
people I
No,
don't know to be
but
like,
why
you're so
would you want
pretty,
that
you're so
clout?
right. Like I
Because it
don't
would.
care. So if I wasn't like making a living and actually feeling too like I'm making a positive impact, which I don't think a lot of reality TV does these days, and that's
No.
something that I'm proud of with my Big Fat Fabulous Life. I think it actually makes a positive and important impact on people. If it weren't for those things, like what are you doing? So what? What are you doing it for? Like I don't,
No, so here's my point in all this is that people think when you're famous, you're rich. You can so the better thing to get is become rich in a business, then become famous versus the other way around.
right.
Because people don't know how to monetize the brand after they've made all the money.
Yeah.
That's the biggest challenge. It's
Yeah.
interesting we're going in this conversation, but
Well,
you
and
should
when
have your own
people,
talk show the way you already you're a radio person, so that's why it's such
yeah.
an easy
Yeah.
combo. But isn't that true? I mean,
Yeah. I mean, it's funny when people
become rich
assume,
first, make
sure.
money because it's so much easier to make money than get rich. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
get famous.
Beginning to
Would
get
you agree?
famous. It's true. Yes, I do. And I mean, I've tried to make smart decisions and I've tried to, monetize my career in different ways. And I'm very lucky. I had one viral video, 10 years ago, people didn't go viral as easily or the same as we do now every single day. So I really milked this. I got a book deal, I got a television show, I got a TED talk, I do public speaking, I have a fitness app. I have a lot of avenues. But the other thing that I did was I maximized every single opportunity that I had. And I think part of the reason why I was able to is because what I was doing did have meaning and it did impact people in some way. It wasn't vapid and stupid and just like clout hungry kind of thing. And I mean, no shade to anybody who that's what they want in life. I'm just on a different level, I guess, of what fulfills me in life. And when people assume that I'm rich, I'm so fun. It's like I don't even have like dentist money. Like I don't even have like orthodontist money. Like what are we
And
talking?
then this is why this is the interesting thought process that happens is when you become an entrepreneur, there's so many pitfalls because
Mhm.
everyone thinks, oh, I just want somebody to go buy my brand, buy my product. No, you're going to make money with service-based businesses. You're going to make money with all the traffic. That doesn't mean all those people are going to buy.
Sure.
Like I say, okay, now you post this and tell everyone to go buy this specific product. That's not guaranteeing a sale at all. People don't understand that.
Right. No.
It's about the product. It's not
And the
about.
value, I feel like I really have to provide like value to people in some way. And The other thing about just, the money that you make from reality TV, people, I don't know what people, I think people bullshit on the internet a lot, right? Like, and
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I drive a
I'm an
Kia.
8-figure learner, or I'm a 9-figure earner. Why are you
Yeah, yeah,
busy
yeah.
trying to go
Like,
after $2 earners, right?
right. I drive a Kia because I want to. I live below my means, because I don't care. Certain things I care about, certain things I don't. But um, reality TV is extremely cheap to make because most people will do anything to be on TV. Most people would do it for free,
Yes.
and they
Well,
and it's
look at the
easy to.
crazy stuff they do on TikTok just for clout.
Yeah, exactly. And it's easy to just pick people up who don't have any sort of business sense or any idea of like what they're worth or what they should be paid and offer them a reality TV show and they think, "Oh my god." And it was so funny. I was talking to my little cousin, like second cousin the other day. And he said, "Are you on TikTok?" I said, "Yeah, but I don't really post. I only have like 100,000 followers on there." He goes, You should really post on TikTok cuz then you'd really be famous." And I said to him, "What would TikTok get me?" And he was like, I was like, "Do you mean like I could get a TV show?" And he was like, oh, his little brain
No,
turning,
no, no.
realizing I
See,
already.
now I'm going to tell you something. TikTok, if you can make the money that they make on TikTok lives, then you got a deal, right? Some of
Sure,
these
sure. And I,
people
I mean, obviously, I can make more brand money and stuff like that on TikTok,
oh my
but it
gosh,
was
like the
so
like
funny.
Pinky Doll makes
Yeah,
like I think $5,000 an hour or
yeah, it's crazy.
$10,000 now on
But
just doing
he thought to
AI.
himself, because I just thought, what would I get though besides TikTok? And he realized, like, oh, she already has everything that like TikTok could maybe like. What else could I get? Like, I already have my own TV show for 10 years. Like, what's the end goal here? So it's interesting to see the way that things have changed, and
But I
I'm
think
pretty
you're
happy with the
definitely,
way that I do
but you're
things.
making a difference. People are going to remember you once if ever the show ends, right?
Well, yeah, I was gonna
You've
say,
created something that's a huge brand. People know you all over the world. You're famous.
I
Now
have the
you
best
have
fans though. Like seriously, when I meet people, when I'm out of my house, which is not often, but when I am, whether it's here in this country or it's all over the world, anytime I travel, I meet people, tourists and locals and everything. Because the show airs all over the world, and it never ceases to amaze me how affected people are in so many wonderful ways. And it's easy to forget because on the day-to-day basis, I'm just with my crew of like 20
right,
people, my family, my friends. I'm just filming what feels really mundane stuff, and I forget that millions of people all over the world are really getting value from
right.
this. And to me, that's what is important. If I was doing something vapid, I wouldn't be doing it. I barely even touch the internet because I just mostly don't care. But I'm very lucky to have done a show for a decade now and going into my, well, when this season ends, hopefully I'll go into season 13. um I think it's really special. I don't think a lot of shows, I mean, I don't know the statistics, but I don't think a lot of shows last this long. And I don't think a
No.
lot of shows have the kind of fan base that I'm lucky enough to have. So I'm really, really grateful for everyone who watches and supports me. And yeah.
Let's look lifestyle brand. I mean, it sounds like you're creating a lifestyle brand, but that's probably your next thing. It's because of your we don't even know how many fans you have. It's a tremendous amount. How can you continue to grow your lifestyle brand to help people in other ways? It's very interesting. You
Right.
talked about your fitness app.
Mhm.
You talked about all those different things. We'll get to those things, but what should we expect this season from you?
Well, this season I think we're almost wrapping up. I don't know how many episodes are left, but there's a few, and I have a really exciting trip coming up going to Spain to celebrate my 40th birthday. I'm now almost 40 and a half. Which has been traumatic, but the trip was really amazing and invigorating and inspiring. And it kind of took me back to my roots because I did a lot of dancing and I haven't danced in a little bit. So I think viewers of the show always love to see that because that's what we originated from. So anyway, it's an amazing trip. It's just beautiful, stunning, wonderful, and a few surprises are still left along the way. Yeah, that you'll have to tune in for. So I'm excited about it.
Wonderful. Okay, that's that. So let's talk lifestyle brand. I want to
Sure.
hear what you're. Oh, look at me, because again, you get a call with somebody who's a marketer. Go figure, right? And it's just brainstorming ideas to put that to the show, as people say. Because I listen to people. My number one talent, according to Gallup, is ideation. I come up with ideas. So let's hear
Oh,
all your
cool.
different stuff and brand, what you're doing lifestyle brand wise.
Yeah. Well, I mean, right now, like I said, I have my fitness app that I focus on. A lot of times I've thought or been asked if I want to do fashion or clothes, and yes, I could, but to be honest, it's not something that I'm super passionate about. So I don't feel like that would be the best avenue for me. I think it would be something easy to do, but I just don't feel the passion for it. So I don't know that I'm into clothes and fashion. However, I'm also I'm kind of into I'm kind of into sex toys, to be honest. I represent a couple brands, and it's really been very liberating. And um, we had a lot of that on this season. I threw a bachelorette party for my niece, and there was a lot of that involved. But I've really come to realize that makes an impact on a lot of women my age who have never yet discovered or explored their sexuality, and there's so much shame behind it. And being a person who my whole career started on eradicating shame around my body, that just feels really natural for me, and I've been surprised at how good I feel, like helping other women also feel good. So that's something that I can really see myself like delving into even more in the future, because I think it's important in society to kind of erase that taboo.
And that's the time you have, if you have the time, right? I honestly think that's what it is. It's like you're
Yeah,
so busy, with all the different projects you have. It's like, how do I have time to
right.
focus on another thing?
Well, I'm
So the
only going
fit,
to focus on, yeah, like something I'm really, really into, like the clothing and all that. It's like, nah, like if I was super passionate about it, I could find the time, but I'm not that passionate enough about it. And I don't like to half ass stuff. So,
well, I would definitely take the advice, jump on TikTok, go live, and just go and be able to raise money for somebody. That
yeah.
would be something for you to definitely think about. That would all I'd say. But I mean, ultimately, the next phase. How many years do you think you'll do the show, if you could do it?
Oh my. Well, at this point, now that we'd be going into season 13, now I feel like it has to be at least 15, or then I failed somehow. When it was 7, I was like, oh, it's got to be 10, and now that it's 12, it's got to be 15. So maybe 15.
All right, 15 years, and then
15
on to something
seasons,
else.
15 seasons.
15
Yeah.
seasons. So is there 2 seasons a year?
There were, in the beginning, there was more than one season in a year. So it's been 10 years, but 12 seasons. Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Hmm.
Okay. Oh, well, fantastic. People can check you out easily. Go to TLC, but I guess the cool thing is Max. They can go if you're
Yeah,
really crazy, you want to go stream 13 seasons, go right now. That's the
absolutely.
cool thing, right? Is
Yeah.
when you find something and you say, "Well, I just found this person. Now I got to go and binge watch it all." I
Right.
don't
And I get that a lot. Someone's like, I just found your show yesterday. Now I just finished the season, like all of them. I'm like,
yeah,
Jesus, did you eat? Like, how did
yeah,
it?
yeah, exactly. But that's it, the binging, and they're trying to eliminate that on streaming networks. Can you believe that? Oh,
No, don't
next
take us
week
back.
it's
Don't take
coming.
us back to like 1993. Don't do
No, no,
it.
no. I'm telling you, Paramount does that. Other people do that, and I'm like, and even Amazon does that.
Well, it's
Next
not that way
week.
on Max. So download Max and watch
Oh,
me
there you
all
go.
in
So
one
we could
go.
sell Max exactly.
Hmm.
But there's so many different streaming networks, but we need content. Thank goodness you're producing content. Right?
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
You're very
because
welcome.
there's so much to binge. Best
Yes.
place people can go, like check out the lifestyle app and all the different places. Where can they go?
If you just go to my Instagram at Whitney Way Thor, and you can also go to my TikTok, and maybe I'll start posting there. It's the same, Whitney Way
No, you
Thor.
need to go live and go ahead and start talking about things. You really do.
Okay,
All
I
right.
will do it.
All
Thanks for the
right.
advice. I
All right.
appreciate
Take
it.
care. Thanks, Whitney. You're listening to
Bye.
Watching the Neil Haley Show, and we'll be back in just a moment.